Good morning. It has been quite a while. 1997, the year that I graduated as designer at the Media and Design Academy, not so far away in Genk. 5 years of studying design, it was quite an amazing time. I had quite lots of experiences. You know, we worked for different industries. We designed all kinds of products. It was amazing, but the most amazing stuff happened in the last year, the 5th year, the thesis year. In order to graduate, we had to design a final product. We had to design something. And while looking for a product, I got in contact with people that worked with street kids. Not a classical thing, but that worked with street kids. And actually these people, they challenged me to design a product that I could use to have impact on 150 million kids living on the pavements of the metropolitan cities in the world. Now that was quite a challenge, and it was a special challenge, you know. During the 5 years of studying, we had lots of challenges, and it was always cool to do these challenges, but this time it was different. It generated lots of motivation, a big flow in myself. And in those days, I didn't really understood what was happening. But now I know that it was the amazing opportunity to have impact on these kids that really got me into a kind of a boost, a kind of a flow. So I decided to do a product for street kids, and to design a good product, probably there are quite some designers in here in the crowd. If you want to design a good product, you need to work on your consumer insight. You need to get into the shoes of your client, of your consumer. So I had to fly to the streets, and so I did. So I bought a ticket, went to the streets, and started visiting all kinds of projects that worked with street kids. And in one of these projects, these people, they worked on a dump site, a garbage belt, you know, a big place with lots of garbage. And they worked with hundreds of street kids that survived on the dump, recycling the waste. And one of the educators took me to the dump site and guided me around on the dump site. And actually, he showed me the misery. He showed me the lack of water. He showed me the problems with hygiene. He showed me the violence with the gangs. He showed me the waste of the hospital with the needles, you know, and the kids walking around barefooted, trying to find some materials, some waste to make some money. And I was confronted with hell. It was misery, you know. It really knocked me over. Now, a few weeks later, I got to know some of these street kids that lived on the dump. And at one day, I started walking around with one of these kids, a teenager that survived recycling waste. And actually, walking around with the kids, at a certain moment, he picked up a plastic bottle. And he told me, "Look, Arnoud, if you recycle plastic bottles, you should go for this brand, because it's thicker plastic. So for each bottle, it's more weight, so it's more profit." Now, this brand is consumed in the rich neighborhoods of this town. And the rich neighborhoods, they are on that side of the dump site. So the trucks with these bottles, they come driving in from that side. So if you do plastic, you should be on this side of the dump and not on the other side. Now, I walked around with the kid for quite a while, and he only showed me opportunities. And that was quite amazing, because I was in the same environment. I had two people that guided me around, and both of them had a complete different angle of perception. Now, at the beginning, I was thinking, like, who's right, who's wrong? But that was not the case. That was not the question. The learning was to understand that if the kid would take the attitude of the educator for 2 weeks, he wouldn't be able to survive. So I understood that what they do on the streets is they shift from a problem focus to an opportunity focus. They make the difference in between the reason to act, and that's the misery and the problems. But once they start acting, they take a positive opportunity focus. And that shift was quite amazing. So I decided, if I design a product for street kids, I should do the same. So we did, and we designed a mobile school, a blackboard on wheels that you can take out into the streets to find the street kids. And once you meet the street kids, you can slide it open as a big telescope. You get 6 meters of blackboard, and on the blackboard we have over 300 educational tools. And with these tools, we develop the talents, the opportunities, the positive stuff on the streets. We even have a kind of an MBA for the streets, a street business toolkit, where we approach the shoeshine boy not as a kid in misery, but as an entrepreneur. And we make him stronger in his situation on the streets. Now, thesis got out of hands. We already have mobile schools in more than 20 countries. And being on the streets, I met lots of street kids. And actually, meeting these street kids, there were so many stories of amazing streetwise people making the impossible possible on the streets. So being there, you know, you become a little bit streetwise yourself. And that's where I saw the opportunity. Because I came back to Europe, and I saw my friends that worked in companies and organizations, and all of them were talking about crisis. Everybody was talking about uncertainty. Everybody was talking about the constant change, the high competitiveness, you know? And I got a kind of, a view on the fact that we are getting in a kind of a negative spiral, you know, a downward spiral, a spiral of crisis. And what I understood was that what we need in Europe right now is that we need to become more streetwise ourselves. The ability to shift from the problem focus to the opportunity focus. Now the question is, like, how do we do this? And I think there are two moments that you can easily shift from a problem focus to an opportunity focus. And the first one is the sense of urgency. If you have the knife on the throat, you will try to find an opportunity. Actually, that's what's happening with the kids on the streets. But the question is, are we going to wait that long? Or are we going to take action and be proactive faster? And actually, I think we need to do that. Get into a positive flow. Now, to get in the positive flow, I think the first thing we should do is make a reality check. Like, what's reality? Actually, you know, a stupid story, but I know quite a lot of people that were used to go every Sunday afternoon, take the kids and go and have an ice cream with 3 bowls of ice cream. And because of the situation right now, these people only can afford 2 bowls of ice cream. And what happens right now is that people tend to perceive this as a crisis. What we need to understand is that as we still can go for an ice cream with 2 bowls of ice cream, that's still an act of luxury. So we need to get clear about the difference in between our needs, our expectations, and our wishes. Because the biggest risk is to start mixing up wishes with needs. Then probably you never will fulfill these wishes. So we need to clear this out, the reality check. When is your crisis really starting? Next thing is the ability to shift your paradigm. You know, 80% of what we perceive is product of our past, of our experiences. 80%, that's quite a lot. So now today we're in a really fast-moving world. Things are changing like really fast. And it can be a big risk to take the truth of yesterday as your friend in making your decisions today. So we need a capacity of unlearning. We need to question our experience. We need to develop buttons in our head where we can choose if we use experience or if we switch off the experience. So the ability of cleaning up. That's the second one, I believe. And the third one is to get and focus more on the identity of people. Focus more on talents, on authenticity. If you look at companies right now, often we have like these competences development plans. You know, we develop skills. We have a strategy, and I need you to become this to be successful in the company. We need to focus more on talents, like who are you, what's your aspiration, where is your talent, and start to develop these talents to get these people into the positive flow. Now, 12 minutes is not a lot, so I should keep on going. But I believe that those are key things that we need to do to get like the downward spiral back into an upward spiral. Now, get the positive focus is one of the street skills that we use, that we train, but actually there are more. What we do with mobile school Streetwise actually is we have like mobile schools. And with these mobile schools, we go to the streets and we work with street kids. And we create a kind of a sustainable growth in the street kid. But the street kid inspires us to create products in Streetwise because we designed a kind of a company, Streetwise, where we go to businesses and we train managers to become more streetwise. So we create these products, and with these products, we go back into companies. We sell the training to the client that wants sustainable growth for his company. The company grows, we make profits, and 100% of the profits that we make, we invest them back into more mobile schools. And in that context, we created a business model of 360-degree impact, like impact for everybody. Now, to give you an idea, and I have like 2 minutes left, I'm going to show you a short video of one of our street experts, one of our consultants, you know, not a consultant in ties, with a tie and a suit, but a consultant from the street. I'm going to end with Hudiel. Just enjoy our video consultant. Thank you so much.